Welcome to Weekend Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name's Amy Sullivan, if we have not been formally introduced. I am a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach. And we're gonna flow and stretch and move and kind of get into our side body today. I thought that would be a really fun way to spend our hour together. So today we're gonna start off in a child pose. So head to your mat and begin by drawing your big toes to touch and then let your knees come out nice and wide. Shift your hips over your heels and then fold forward. Allow your forehead to come down onto the mat and then extend your hands out nice and long in front of you to lengthen through your spine. And the more you press your hands down into the mat, the more you can send your heart down towards the mat. That'll give you that heart opening as well. And the more you shift your hips backward over your heels, same thing, just a little bit deeper of a stretch. And then take this opportunity to arrive here on your mat on this beautiful Saturday. Just start to feel into your body. Just noticing how your body is feeling this morning. Maybe noticing some weird quirks going on. That's okay. Just acknowledging what feels good, what might feel a little stiff. Just breathing into those spots. Arriving into this first shape. And now start to come into breath awareness here. Start to feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly and your chest. And on your next inhale, make it extra deep and expansive. As you breathe in, allow the breath to travel all the way down to fill your belly up nice and round and big with air. Expand through your chest, your ribs. And then take a nice deep exhale. Blow all that air out. Open mouth, sigh it out. Let's do one more just like that. Nice deep inhale. And a big, huge, open mouth exhale. And now from here, friends, I invite you to use your yogic breath, your Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips together. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And as you breathe in and out through your nose, allow for a little constriction in the back of your throat. It's like noise as you inhale and exhale. That'll help you build that heat, that focus. It's a great thing to use throughout class. You can also release it anytime that suits you. And from here, my friends, staying in your child pose, begin to walk your hands, your fingertips over to the right corner. Feel a little side stretch through your left body. Perhaps your left hand makes its way on top of your right hand. And continue to crawl your fingers outward and over to the right. As you shift your hips back over your heels. And then as you expand and inhale, feel your back ribs open up. And then as you exhale, crawl your fingers back through the center line, forward, and then over to the left. And this time your right hand might come on top of your left hand to really open and stretch through your right side body now. Continue to send your hips back over your heels to enhance that stretch even more. And then come into your breath. Take a nice big inhale. Feel your ribs opening with that fresh new air. And then exhale as you walk your fingertips back to the center line. Bend your elbows here. Bring the palms of your hands together and lift your fingertips up towards the sky. Keep your elbows down on the earth. Draw your hands above the back of your head. Press your chest further downward towards the mat and shift your hips back. Feel a little opening through your triceps. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, release it down. Inhale, press yourself up to a nice comfortable seat. Lift your torso up high. And from here, we're gonna come into tabletop. So lift your hips up off of your heels now. Spread your fingers out nice and wide like a bright shining star. Align your pointer finger parallel to the long edges of your mat, and your knees are gonna go below your hips, your wrists below your shoulders. And then from here, let's do a few cat-cow. So inhale, cow pose, drop your belly down. Shine your heart forward, lift your chin up, lift your hips up. Stretch through your whole front body. Take one more inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, press your hands down into the mat to expand across your shoulder blades in the back. Send your spine up towards the ceiling. And let's enjoy a few more breath to movement. So inhale, cow pose. Stretch through your front body. Exhale, cat pose, tuck and round. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat pose. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, tabletop. Come back to your neutral spine here. Knit your abs up towards your spine. Tuck your toes underneath. Take a peek down at your hands once again. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. As you shift your hips backwards, this first down dog. I'll give you the option to bend and straighten your knees. Say hello to your hamstrings. Continue to press down into the earth with your hands, sending that energy upward through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another to broaden across your shoulder blades. Send your belly button towards your thighs. And roll your inner thighs back towards the back of your space to widen across your sit bones. You can keep your knees as bent as you need to. Focus more on that lengthening of your spine. Find some stillness in your down dog if you're not there already. And then inhale, come to the balls of your feet and bend your knees, look forward. At the end of your exhale, find ragdoll pose. Take a couple huge steps as you make your way up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe you even rest your torso on your thighs and bend your knees a lot. And then you can grab onto opposite elbows here. Sway side to side, shake your head yes and no. And shift and play with bending and straightening your legs, moving the weight to the balls of your feet or to the heels, and just notice, just exploring how that changes the stretch, changes the action of the pose, and have fun with it. And then make your way back to a place of stillness. Release your hands down towards the earth. Root down with your feet. Tuck your tailbone under. Start to curl upward to standing. Nice and slow. 1 vertebrae at a time. No rush. Your head will be the last thing to rise up. Roll your shoulders back and down. And bring your hands to heart center. Good morning or a good afternoon wherever you are. Happy Saturday. So I'm going to face you, but stay at the top of your mat. From here, maybe you close your eyes or shift your gaze slightly downward. And just take a moment to set an intention for our time together. What would you like to focus on? I offer up the community intention of curiosity, just getting exploratory and having fun with the different shapes your body's going to make, with the different breath patterns. Challenging yourself, saying, wouldn't it be interesting if I could do this and try this out? So whatever your intention, curiosity or otherwise, let's seal it together with a nice deep inhale. And an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Gorgeous, everyone. Flutter your eyes open if they're closed. Bring your hands down by your sides. And if you're not at the top of your mat, come on up to the top of your mat. Now you can choose, friends, you can keep your feet hips width here to give a little more stability to your stance, or you can bring your big toes to touch and keep a sliver of space between your heels. So those are your foot choices here. And then wherever you are, root down, ground down through all 4 corners of your foot to lift up through your legs. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then inhale, mountain pose. Lift your fingertips up high. Pause here, friends. Spin your palms of your hands toward one another. Send your tailbone down to lift your hip points high. Lengthen through your spine as you inhale. Stretch even longer. Exhale, open mountain twist. Draw your right arm back and your left arm forward. Twist from your belly button center. Stretch your fingertips wide, front to back. Keep rooting down with your feet and send your hip points forward towards the top of your mat. Beautiful job. Inhale, back to your mountain pose. Untwist, lift your fingertips up high. Let's do the other side. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. Drop your left arm back, right arm forward. Stretch your fingertips out, front to back to open through your chest. Squeeze your thighs together to give you that stable base. Inhale, back to mountain pose, face forward, arms up. Exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your arms out and shine your heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chin up. Tuck your tailbone under to open through your front body even more. Beautiful job. Inhale, rise up mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Hands from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to as you come forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Bring your hands to your shins, maybe even up to your thighs. You're trying to parallel your spine to the mat. Draw your belly up and in towards your spine. Root down with your feet to lift up through your legs. Shine the crown of your head forward. Take one more inhale. Beautiful job. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms and step it back. You could be on your toes here, or you could be on your knees, but either way, knit your abs up and in towards your spine. Root your hands down into the earth to fire up your chest and roll your inner thighs upward towards the ceiling. Beautiful job. From here, friends, we're gonna come into side plank. So shift your weight, your weight to your left hand. Roll your heels towards the left and shine your heart out. So this might feel a little bit advanced, in which case, drop your left knee down. Make a little tripod with your lower leg so that you can lift up through your left oblique to lift your right hip high. Stretch your right fingertips up high. Take one more big inhale. So strong, everyone. Exhale, plank pose. Come back to the center line. Again, option to drop to your knees at any time. Keep those abs knitted up and in. We're gonna do the other side. Roll your weight over to your right hand. Roll your heels off to the right. Shine your heart out to the left. Stretch your left hand high. Root down through your right oblique to lift your left hip point higher. Again, you can drop your right knee down. Find that tripod. Give yourself that boost, that lift. Take one more inhale. Exhale, high plank. Come back to the center line. Moving on from here, friends. That was super strong. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Maybe you drop to your knees. Keep your elbows in as you bend them to that 90-degree angle. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your hands back, heart forward. Root down with your feet to lift your thighs up off the mat. Take one more big inhale here. Stretch your chin high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Reset, recenter, this active resting pose. Downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, forward fold. So strong, everyone. Let's take that in a breath to movement now. We flow. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Lift your fingertips up high, root down with your legs, look up. Exhale, open mountain twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Stretch those fingers front to back. Inhale, back to the center, mountain pose. Other side with a twist. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, micro back bend, cactus your arms out. Shine your heart up, look up. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, high plank to low plank. We'll skip those side planks. So step it back. Maybe you're on your toes or your knees. Come slightly forward. Keep your elbows in as you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, everyone. Take a few breaths here. Reset, recenter. Take a nice deep inhale here. And an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Gorgeous. Now come back to your Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips together. Find that gentle constriction in the back of your throat as you inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. At the end of your exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you rise up, sink your hips back like you're about to sit down in a chair. And pausing here, so you could have your feet hips width still or feet together, but either way, as you bend your knees, shift your hips backwards, zipper up your thighs, really root down into your heels to give you that lift rising upward. And then knit your abs up and in, tuck your tailbone slightly under to lift your hip points up, rise your heart up. Take one more big inhale. Beautiful job. Exhale, stand on up, shake those legs out. So strong. Okay, we're gonna go back into that chair and then move on from there. So inhale, chair pose, zipper up your thighs, tuck your tailbone under, lift your heart, rotate your palms toward one another. Inhale here, exhale, chair twist. So draw your hands down to heart center, twist towards the right side. So your left elbow is gonna head down to meet your legs. Press your hands into one another to help enhance your twist. So your left elbow's heading towards, trying to find the inside or the outside of your right leg. And then continue stamping down into your heels, zipper up your thighs, shift your hips back 1 more inch. Yes. And then maybe for these last few breaths, you open up your arms and fly. Yes, I see it, Claire, looks gorgeous. Take 1 more inhale here. Beautiful job. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Vinyasa, plant your palms, step your feet back. Maybe you're on your hands, maybe you're on your knees. Come slightly forward. Now we're halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, friends, inhale your right leg high, 3-legged dog. Stretch that heel up towards the ceiling. Flex your right foot. And send your toes down towards the earth. Take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward into plank. Knit your abs up and in. A little strength builder here. Inhale, 3-legged dog once again. Stick your right leg up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg through. Drop your back knee down here. Beautiful job. And from here, inhale, low crescent moon. So keep your back knee down and rise on up. Let's find our foundation before we do our arms. So the tendency for this pose is to dump into your lower spine. What we want to do is lengthen. So start by tucking your tailbone to lift your hip points, and then draw your abs inward like a little corset. Lift your torso upward, and then root down through your left knee and your right heel, and then you bring your arms up. Bring your palms toward one another. Inhale, get even longer. Exhale, side stretch. So grab onto your left wrist and pull your hands over to the right as you root down with your legs. Keep your abs knitting up and in. Beautiful job. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your elbows out. Shine your heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your tailbone under to lift up higher through your front body. Inhale, rise back up with your arms. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms to frame your front foot. Beautiful job. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee up. Stamp your back foot down and fan it out 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up, warrior 2. Wheel your arms open. I'm gonna spin around so you can see my face. So you're gonna bend into your front foot here. Align your front knee over your ankles. If it's moving really far forward towards your toes, widen your stance a little bit front to back. You wanna keep your knees safe. Send more weight into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot to open through your hips. So that's our base, our foundation. Then you can rise up through your torso, lengthen, and then stretch your fingertips front to back and gaze over your right fingertips. Beautiful. Take another inhale. Exhale, sink 1 inch lower. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your legs just as they are. Raise up your right arm. Let your left arm come back on your back thigh. Or maybe you take a little half bind here. Rotate your left shoulder forward. Bend your left elbow and then slide it behind your back. Maybe it wraps all the way around. Maybe it's heading in that direction. Recommit to that bend in your front knee as you rise up and over. Open through your right ribs. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. First, parallel your arms and then reach forward to the right. When you can reach no further, drop your right arm down. Shine your left hand up and your heart outward. Twist from your belly button. And then use your lower arm to press into your inner right thigh. That's gonna open your hips up even more. Beautiful job. So strong, root down with both your feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Rise up, straighten your front leg. Lift your right arm high. Exhale, high plank to low plank, vinyasa. Plant your palms. Spin your back foot so it's facing forward. And then step your right leg back and go through your vinyasa, maybe on knees, maybe on toes. Maybe you skip it all together because you want more restoration this morning. We will meet in downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Reset, recenter, recalibrate. As we flow through this other side, how can you get more curious with each pose, just feeling into your body, getting curious about the way it moves. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, lift your heart up, stretch through your fingertips, knit your abs up and in to support you. Zipper up your thighs like you're a dolphin swimming through the sea. So strong. Inhale here. Exhale, chair twist to the left. Draw your hands to heart center, and then twist from your belly button, dropping your right elbow down. Your right elbow is gonna reach toward, heading towards the inner or outer left thigh. And then press your hands into each other to accentuate that twist even more. Can you drop your hips back 1 more inch? Can you stamp a little bit deeper into your heels? Zipper up your thighs. Last few breaths, open up your arms, top to bottom, yes. So strong, take 1 more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You did it, shake those legs out. So strong. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, high plank to low plank vinyasa. Step your body back or hop. Come slightly forward. Then keep your elbows in as you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And beautiful job, everyone. Inhale your left leg high. Flex through your left heel and rotate your pinky toe of your left foot down towards the earth. So your inner thigh rolls up and in. Take 1 more big inhale here, stretch. Exhale, knee to nose, come forward in a plank, align your shoulders over your wrists and draw your abs up and in. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg through and drop your right knee to back down. You can untuck your back toes or keep them tucked in for a little toe stretch, your choice. And then inhale, rise up, low crescent moon. So once again, find your base first, right? So we can tuck the tailbone, lift the hip points, draw your abs in to lengthen through your torso, and then bring your arms up. So you can feel that stretch as you lift and rise up. Beautiful job. Inhale, grab onto your right wrist this time. Pull your body taller. Exhale, side bend to the left. Do a little stretch through your right ribs. Root down with your legs and squeeze your thighs together to give you that extra support. Inhale, rise back up with your arms. Exhale, micro back bend. Cactus your elbows out wide, shine your heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades together, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, low lunge. Once again, frame your front foot with your hands. Lift your back knee up and then fan your right foot, your back foot out 45 degrees. Root into the heel of your front foot. Squeeze your thighs together, roll up, warrior 2, inhale. So from here, finding your strong warrior legs, your strong warrior base, rotate your left knee, your front knee outward, so you feel that opening through your hips. You're looking to line your knee up around the second and third toe of your left foot. And then root down evenly through both your legs, gaze over your left fingertips now. Sink it 1 inch lower because I know you can. Get curious, how strong am I today? How long can I hold these different poses? Inhale, reverse warrior. Lift your left arm high. And your right arm can come back on your right thigh, or maybe you try that half bind. Get curious about getting a little bit more twisted in these poses. Rotate your right shoulder inward, bend your right elbow, and then start to slide it around your back. Maybe it comes all the way around. Maybe it's heading in that direction, and it's a little bit more like this today. What feels good? Feel into what feels right for your body. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Parallel your arms. Stretch forward, hinge from your hips. And then tick-tock your arms down to 6, up to 12. Open through your hips. Stretch your fingers high, top to bottom. Twist in your belly center, root down with your feet. Beautiful job. Be so strong. Rising up, here we go. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten through your front knee. And stretch your left arm high. Once again, you could do that bind at the back arm. Take 1 more big inhale here, stretch through your left ribs. Exhale, high plank to low plank vinyasa. Plant your palms, spin your back foot. Step your left leg back. Maybe even keep your leg up as you lower down. If you want a little extra this morning, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, everyone. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a big open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Let something go. Make a little space for something new and improved to take its place, to elevate your Saturday even more. Come back to your yogic breath. Come back to your intention. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop. to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips down low. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale, sink it 1 inch lower, so strong. Exhale, chair airplane. Keep your legs just as they are. Draw your arms down and behind your back. Press your palms towards the back of your space and squeeze your shoulder blades together to lift your heart even more. Beautiful job. Shift all of your weight over to your right leg. Your left leg is now weightless. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Lift your left knee high. So really stamp down to your right foot, your right heel. Feel your right glute ignite. And then flex your left foot too. Knit your abs up and in to lift that knee higher. So strong. Take one more inhale. Exhale, airplane pose. Option for a balance challenge. So begin to draw your hands down and behind you as you kick your left leg back and shine your head and your heart forward. Going vertical. Get curious about having a little fun with balance challenges. Flex both your feet. So think mountain pose in both your feet. Knit your abs up and in and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Say, yes, I can, for one more inhale, and then exhale. Crescent pose. So step your left foot back. Keep your heart drawn forward, hinging from your hips. Root into the heel of your front foot and the ball of your back foot, and then squeeze your thighs together. So strong. Inhale, rise up. A regular crescent pose. Just lift your torso upwards. Okay, so we were just here a moment ago, but the back knee was down. So if it feels better to you, you could once again come down on your back knee. Same pose, just a slightly different variation. Or a little more balance challenge. Keep squeezing your thighs toward one another. And then once again, tuck your tailbone, lift your hip points, and knit your abs in to lengthen up through your torso. Beautiful job. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, open twist. Draw your right arm back, your left arm forward, twist from your belly center. Keep rooting down into your legs. So strong. Beautiful job. From here, friends, inhale, warrior two. So swing your arms forward and then open up into your warrior two. I will once again spin round for you. So we've been here in our warrior two. So sink back into it. Stand weight into the heel of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. Feel that opening through your heart, opening through your hips. Beautiful job. Inhale here. And exhale, sink it 1 inch lower. Inhale, reverse triangle. So straighten your front leg, lift your right arm high. And now in this triangle pose, we're gonna go into regular triangle. So you might wanna shorten your stance just a little bit. This makes it a little easier to navigate triangle. Your back foot's still coming inward at about 45 degrees. Bring your weight more to the ball of your front foot now. Keep a slight bend in your knee. And maybe you have your arms up. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, triangle. So first bring your arms parallel to the mat and then start to reach forward, hinge from your right hip. Continue to shift more weight into the ball of your right foot. And when you can reach no further forward, that's when you drop your right arm down. And your right arm might find your shin. It might find your thigh. And then you shine your heart out, stretch your left hand up high towards the ceiling. And now's a great time. If you do have a block, you could put your hand on a block. Maybe your hand makes it to the earth. You're looking for a place on your body, a position that gives you the ability to root down with your legs and rise up and open and twist with your upper body. Keep sending more weight into the ball of your front foot, outer knife edge of your back foot. And you can stay right here in your triangle, or you can play with half moon. Get curious about that. So half moon, bend your right knee, gaze down at your right foot, and start to move your weight onto your right leg. Step your left foot in 1 inch, and maybe your hand comes to a block or the mat, and then shift all your weight onto your right leg. Lift your left hip high, or your left leg high. Flex your left foot. And now once you're ready, once you've found your balance, then twist outward and open once again. So shine your left arm high, stamp into your right foot. Think mountain pose in both your legs. Flex both your feet. Knit your abs up and in. Stretch top to bottom with your hands. And once again, friends, this might be where you have a chair. I'll show you backwards because we're on the left. But maybe you're your foot is going onto that sofa or the chair if you don't have a block, or you could be on the ground with your hands. Wherever you are amazing balancers. We're gonna step back to triangle. As soon as you are ready, step your back foot back, shine your heart out. You did it. That was incredible. Rise up, reverse triangle once again. And exhale, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms, spin that back foot. Make your way to downward facing dog. Maybe you go straight to downward facing dog, or maybe you want that vinyasa. You lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. So strong, team. Take a few breaths here. Reset, recenter. I've done one side. We're going to do the other. Getting curious, maybe at how the sides are different. Getting curious about the ways in which you are pleasantly surprised by what your body can do. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or fall. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose. And from here, friends, exhale, chair airplane arms. So keep your butt as it is, your legs as they are, and then press the back of the space. Feel your back squeezing along your shoulder blades. Start to shift all your weight over to your left foot. Wrap your left glute in. Lift your right knee or right heel off the ground. Feel that weightless leg. Inhale, rise up, one-legged mountain. Lift your right knee. Pause here. Tuck your tailbone under to lift your hip points and draw your abs up and in. And then stamp down into the mat with your left foot. Flex your right foot. So strong. From here, we fly into airplane pose. Exhale, kick your right foot back. Shine your heart forward. Draw your crown of your head forward. Kick your right leg back as you knit your abs up and in. Fly. Press your hands towards the ceiling. And if you fall out of it, no worries. You can get back in. Get curious. And give yourself permission to fall a little bit, to stumble, to get weird, because maybe you'll find you can do more than you thought you could. And if your body is not feeling it today, that's okay too. Step it back to crescent pose when you are ready. Keep your heart shining forward. Bend into your left knee. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Still pressing towards the ceiling with your hands. Inhale, regular crescent, rise up. And so once again, you can drop down to your back knee. Give yourself a little more support this morning. But either way, back knee up or back knee down. Tuck your tailbone down to lift your hip points up, knit your abs in. Find that long torso. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale. Exhale, open twist. Draw your left arm back, right arm forward. Stretch your fingers front to back as you twist from your belly button. Keep zippering up your thighs to give you that foundation, that base. So strong. We're coming into that warrior two. A lot of windmilling. Ready? Inhale, warrior two. Windmill forward and then open up. Find your warrior two here. Rotate your left knee outward to open through your hips. Beautiful job. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Lift your left arm high. And then step your back foot in just a little bit. So you're gonna shorten your stance, front to back. Come into the triangle on the other side. So as you inhale, bring your arms parallel. Gaze to the left over your left fingertips. Beautiful job. Inhale here. Exhale, reach forward. Straight out in front, hinge from your left hip. Keep a bend, a slight bend in your left knee, and when you can reach no further forward, drop your left hand down, right hand up, shine your heart out, twist from your belly button. And it's fine to have a little bend in your knee. It's preferred, actually. Sending weight into the ball of your front foot. You should feel a nice little opening and stretching as you twist your heart out. And then maybe you stay here and you hang out and you just enjoy a big stretch. Or maybe you try half moon, a little balance on the other side. Gaze down at your left foot, bend your left knee, and start to shift all your weight onto your left side. And start to send your body forward so that your right foot can raise up. Point your toes outward, your right toes outward. And then when you found your balance, then you start to shine your belly button and your heart outward as well. And maybe your hand is tented down on the ground. Maybe it's on a block. Maybe it is on a sofa back. So you can get that leverage you need Flex through both your feet, knit your abs up and in. Amazing strength. Trust that you can. Get curious. Can you hold it for one more breath? Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Gently step your right foot back. Root down with both your feet. Inhale, rise up. Reverse triangle. Stretch up. You did it. So strong. Gorgeous. Exhale. Vinyasa. High plank to low plank. Find your way to a downward facing dog. Any way you want to get there. Maybe you go straight back or you go through your vinyasa, maybe on your knees as you lower halfway down. You will meet in downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Take a nice deep inhale here. And a big open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. As you inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Fingertips up high. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center, Samasthiti, standing at attention. Now from here, friends, give yourself a 90-degree rotation. So now your toes are pointed towards the long edge of your mat. And then step your foot out to get a nice wide stance. Send your toes outward, heels inward, kind of like a ballerina from here. And then inhale your arms up, star pose, stretch. Root down through your feet so you can rise up through your torso. Stretch into your fingertips, stretch into you. One more big inhale. Exhale, horse pose or goddess pose. Just start to sink your hips down. Bend your knees, draw your arms down to heart center here. So from here, send more weight into your heels to ignite your hamstrings, and then send your knees away from one another to open through your hips. Tuck your tailbone under once again, knit your abs in to lift your heart. Yes, beautiful. So we're gonna flow back and forth from that star pose down to this horse pose. So as you inhale, root down with your heels, rise up, stretch your fingertips out, straighten your legs, yes. Exhale, sink on down into your horse. Just a nice little flow, again, like a dancer. Rise up, inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink it low. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down to horse pose. Pause here. Bring your hands to your inner thighs and then press your crown of your head forward. As you press your butt back, you're going to feel a little stretch through your spine coming forward. And from here, we're just going to twist. So twist from your belly button along your spine towards the right. Bend into your right elbow to enhance that twist. Continue to shift your hips backwards and the crown of your head forward. Little side body twisty stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. Twist it on over to the left. Bend your left elbow to help enhance your twist. Drop your right shoulder downward and forward. Inhale, back to center. Let's do one more of each side. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Root down with your heels. Inhale, rise up, star. Beautiful job. Exhale, hands to your hips. Heel toe your feet in or jump it in if you're feeling a little more energized today. Gorgeous job, everyone. Make your way back to the top of your mat. My mat's sliding all over the place today. So go to the top of your mat while I get myself organized. Rise up. One more time. Chair pose. Sink your hips low as you lift your fingertips high, knit your abs in, shine your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank to low plank. Plant your palms, step it back to downward facing dog or head through your chaturanga. Lowering halfway down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Take one more big inhale. And a big exhale. Come on down to your hands and knees, tabletop. And then spin it on around onto your hips. So from here, friends, we're gonna become seated with the long edges of your mat side to side, just as I am. And then send your legs out to the sides. It's totally fine to have a little bend in the knees.
Noting that the further apart you send your feet, the deeper the stretch will be. So if they're more like this, totally fine. And if you want to add a little bit of extra support, you can take a pillow or a blanket and place it underneath the knee joint right here, and that'll just give you a little extra lift. So you have tight hamstrings, I highly recommend that. You could also raise your sit bones up. We're gonna fold a little bit. So sometimes it feels good to sit on your pillow to give your butt a little lift. Makes it a little bit easier to move forward and get into the folding that we're about to do. So find your position that feels groovy and wonderful to you, and then flex into both your feet. Beautiful job. Inhale, rise up, arms high. Root down with your sit bones to lengthen through your spine. Stretch into you, inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Oh wait, I forgot to do one step. Anyway, come back to center. You're gonna draw your left knee in. So maybe it comes all the way in and that's fine, but if your knee is screaming at you and that doesn't feel good, again, you can have your foot more forward, less bent. You can put a pillow right here underneath your left knee. But we basically want one leg bent, one leg straight. Then, my friends, then you root down with your sit bones. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to your right along your spine. Inhale, stretch up a little bit taller. Exhale, come forward towards the right. So stretch your hands out forward as though I'm pulling on your hands to stretch and lengthen your torso. And at some point, you can't go any further. And that's when you bring your hands down and they find something. Maybe it's your knee, maybe it's your shin. And then each inhale, lengthen through your spine, rise up a little bit. And then each exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper from your navel center, your belly button. Use your hands to help give you leverage for that twist. And now you've found, at some point you will have found your edge, that magic deep stretch place, but not ouch. If you're feeling ouch, your body's saying, hey, could you back it up just a little bit? So you should listen to that. Take care of you first. Give yourself permission to breathe into those tight nooks and crannies. Kick the dust off with your breath. Allow a little more ease. Get curious with your body. Where can you relax? Is it your jaw, your face, your toes? Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently walk your hands up your leg to lift your torso back up. Beautiful job. Then we're gonna switch sides. So extend your left leg out long and draw your right knee inward. And again, you find that magic spot for you, and it might look different from side to side, right? So maybe the right foot can come in tighter, or maybe it goes out further. Maybe you want a pillow under your knee, so find that comfy spot. So you can root down to rise up with your torso. Flex your left foot. Inhale, rise up. Facing forward towards the center line. Exhale, twist towards your left leg. Inhale, stretch even more once again. And then exhale, hinge from your hips and draw forward towards your left foot. Imagine me pulling on your hands to stretch you like taffy, coming forward to the left. And then your hands will eventually come down and find a spot along your left leg, maybe your foot, maybe your shin. And then give yourself permission with each inhale to stretch and lengthen just a smidgen more. Each exhale, you twist just a tiny bit deeper. And you can find that ease. Some parts are stretching, but other parts are able to just rest and relax, surrender down. Maybe that's your shoulders coming away from your ears. Maybe your neck is stretching out long. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, use your hands to climb back up your leg to stretch up to seated. If you have a pillow under that knee, you move it. So now we have both legs out. We're gonna even ourselves out with a fold down the middle. So flex both your feet, root down with your sit bones. Inhale, rise up, lift your fingertips up high. As you exhale, this time hinge forward. Imagine I'm pulling your hands forward. You can keep that bend, a little bend or a big bend in your knee. And when you can go no further forward, let your hands come down to the earth. And then from here, as you inhale, maybe you press your hands down to lengthen through your spine. And then as you exhale, maybe crawl your fingertips forward another inch. Looking for, once again, those opportunities to stretch and those opportunities to release and surrender the parts of your body that don't need to be active. Your shoulders, your jaw. Beautiful. While we sit here, I will read you a quote of Being Curious. Take the opportunity to always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder, for that curiosity that life presents us with. And now gently, friends, use your hands to walk your torso back up. Center line, amazing job. Bring your hands underneath your thighs and then root down with your sit bones. Engage your abs in to gently draw your legs together. A little ease to get back to 2 legs out in front of you. Now shake your legs out. Beautiful stretching job. Spin yourself around so you're facing the long edge of your mat. And we're gonna come on down to our back. So bend your knees. Option for a little core challenge if you want it. We're gonna come lying down, but on the journey down there, you could travel in a boat pose. So lift your heart up, knit your abs in. Your feet might be on the mat today. Your shins might be parallel, or maybe your legs are long for the super challenge. And then bring your hands out in front. As long as you can keep your abs in and your heart lifted, you're good to go. Zipper up your thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, lower, slow and controlled for 4 and 3. You got this. 2 and 1. Gorgeous job. Let your head come resting down. Now, if you're like me, your lower spine might have lifted a little bit during that. So walk your heels towards your bum. Tuck your tailbone under. Find that neutral spine. So there might be a little gap there, but not a big one. And then from here, continue to walk your heels as close to your bum as they feel like coming today. You will know when you feel into your body, and then root down with your heels. Bring your hands next to your hips, palms facing down. And from here, we're coming into bridge pose. So press your hands into the mat, press your heels into the mat, engage your lower abs, tuck your tailbone under, and start to lift your hips up as you root down into your feet. Drill down into your heels to ignite your hamstrings. Draw more weight towards the inner arch of your feet to draw your knees in line with your hips. Send your tailbone towards your knees. Maybe you stay right here with your hands pressing into the earth, or perhaps you interlace your hands into one another underneath your bum and roll your shoulders underneath. Totally optional, little extra. And wherever you are, just keep gazing forward. Best not to rock your head side to side when you're up in bridge. And take one more inhale here. And then exhale, gently roll on down. Your tailbone will be the last thing to meet the mat. And then once again, tuck your tailbone under to find that neutral spine and draw both your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. And maybe you rock side to side or use your hands to rotate your knees around. Give yourself a little back massage. Feels so good. Beautiful job. Reverse directions in that circle. And then gently, friends, drop your left foot down to the mat and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Find a figure 4. So once you've crossed, then use your hands to press your right knee away from your face. You should feel a little stretch through your right hip, and you can hang out right here enjoying this little right hip stretch, or you can go a little deeper if that feels good today. Grab onto the back of your left thigh and begin to drop both knees towards your chest as you send your tailbone down towards the earth. And the closer you draw your knees in and the more you send your tailbone back down, the deeper the stretch. You can even use your right arm to press into your inner right thigh to keep sending that knee away from your face. to make it a little deeper and feel into it. You'll feel that, get curious about it, and maybe you get curious with gentle rocking of side to side. We did a lot of rooting down and using our glutes and hips for those balance challenges. So this is a good opportunity to stretch them out now. And then come back to stillness if you're rocking side to side, and gently release your left foot back down to the earth. Uncross your legs. Let's do the other side. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, and then send your left knee away from your face, and maybe you stay just as you are here with your right foot on the ground. If you want to go a little deeper into that hip on the left now, grab onto the back of your right thigh. Draw both knees towards your chest. You can rock side to side. You control how deep you go into this stretch, finding that place that feels nice and satisfying and stretchy. Thank your left hip for all it does. Give it a little thank you, deep stretch. And then come back to stillness, back to center. Drop your right foot back down to the earth. Uncross your legs. Beautiful job. Now from here, friends, draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a little hug and a little squeeze. And you can keep your left foot on the mat with your knee bent, or you can play around with extending your left leg long. If that feels good. And then rotate your right ankle around in a circle. And if your left leg is extended long, play around with pressing your left thigh towards the earth as you draw your right knee towards your right armpit. Feel that stretch. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your right knee across your body. Stack your right hip over your left. Roll your body towards the left, and then send your head back towards the right. Maybe extend your right arm out behind you. It's a great time to release now your Ujjayi breath, your yogic breath. Shift your breathing to slower, deeper, longer inhales and exhales. Transitioning towards final rest. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center, roll back onto your back, even out your spine here. Find that neutral spine, hug both knees in, maybe rock side to side, and then keep your left knee hugged in. And then your right foot on the mat, or extend your right leg long, whatever feels groovy and best to you today. And if you have your right leg extended, play around with pressing your right thigh down towards the mat. You might feel a little opening through your front right thigh as you pull your left knee towards your left armpit, kind of over to the side and in at the same time. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, supine twist. Draw your left knee across your body, stack your left hip over your right, and then send your gaze back to the left behind you. Maybe extend your arm out behind you. And once again, take advantage of that breath. As you inhale, you're sending that fresh, oxygen-rich blood into those little tight nooks and crannies, allowing for a little more ease. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, make your way back to center. Tuck your tailbone under, find your neutral spine once again. Draw both knees into your chest this time. Give yourself that little hug, that little squeeze. And from here, friends, happy baby. Flex both your feet. Send both your feet towards the ceiling and keep your knees bent, and then reach up with your hands and they grab onto whatever's available. So maybe that's your ankles, or maybe that's the outsides of your feet, and then pull your knees downward towards the sides of your body as you continue to flex your right feet. And then if it feels good, you can rock side to side here. You can play with bending and straightening one or maybe both your legs as you rock, or maybe you just want some stillness here. Use the pulling down of your legs to enhance the pressing of your spine into the mat. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale one more time, a nice little ball. Hug your knees in, a hug and a squeeze, and then draw your nose towards your knees. You're making a tight little ball with your entire body.
And give yourself a big hug and a little bit of love here, and thank yourself for coming to yoga this morning, for giving yourself 60 minutes, getting curious, tapping into your body, tapping into you, because you are so, so worth it. Take one more big inhale, squeeze and hug everything. And then exhale, Shavasana, final resting pose. Let your legs come on down. Let your arms come out to the side. Take a nice deep inhale here. And get any wiggles out that need to get wiggled out. And then exhale, sigh it out. Maybe you close your eyes here. Give yourself permission to just rest. I will mind the time. Enjoy your Shavasana. We were meant to explore this earth like children do, unhindered by fear, propelled by curiosity and a sense of discovery. So allow yourself to see the world through new eyes and know that there are amazing adventures awaiting for you. My friends, you are welcome to stay just as you are for as long as you desire. If you are ready to move on into the next adventure of your day, begin to bring your awareness back to this space. Allow your breath to enhance and deepen. Bring in any little micro movements that feel good. Maybe you wiggle into your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and ankles. Just awakening into your body. And then let that go. Stretch your hands above your head. Maybe you flip your palms, interlace your fingers, and just stretch from fingertips to toe tips into magical, amazing. There is nobody in the world quite like you. Let your light shine. And then letting that go, draw your arms back down in the most gentle way. Maybe you find your way up to a comfortable seat. Option to keep your eyes closed. And as we head off of our mats, and you come back out into your day, I invite you to get curious. What new adventures could be awaiting you today? Have fun with it. With that, my friends, the teacher in me honors, thanks, appreciates the teacher in each and every one of you. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you all so very much.